What is up, guys? As you can see, today we'll be looking at game 5 of the legendary rivals TXO versus Mad. And if you haven't checked out my game 4 review, I'll be linking it in the description. I would highly recommend you to watch it first. And yeah, and you can see they picked really exciting heroes again. They have the Yuzon's signature pick, Superman. They have Liang's signature pick, Omen. They have Chi-Chi's Murad versus the new jungler of Mad, Nakrov. And they have Star's Tulen, so they have a lot of really cool picks here coming out. Genji is also pretty famous for his Timi. I guess Sirenia is pretty famous for his Varus. So this should be a really exciting match. And as you know, best of 5. This is the decider for who wins. And I actually didn't check out the end, so this is gonna be a first for me as well. And you can see Varus lane against Superman, already doing pretty well in that lane. Of course, she has 2 abilities to stop his flow. But I still believe it's a skill matchup. He moves very fast, he can dodge those abilities and just poke her with the laser and clear the wave pretty fast as well. But of course, Varus is really a strong laner in most matchups, so she might have the edge there. And then you can see the Nakrov is just going for the Sentinel control right off the bat. And it seems like they are gonna get it. Liang runs in, but cannot do anything for now. I believe Omen versus Kilgraf matchup is Omen sided for the first couple minutes and then flips over to the Kilgraf around level 8, if I remember correctly what Darkbreaker told me. But yeah, because Omen Kilgraf just gets enough points in his S2 and enough items at that point where he just kills, like basically just has too much lifesteal where Omen can't fight against him. But it's still a good matchup for Omen, because if your team helps you and if Kilgraf is not fast with his fingers, you just ult him before he can ult. Just like that, your team follows up, just like that, and you dive him and it's a free kill. Hanzo actually popping the ult didn't really have to, but it is only a 35-second cooldown, something like that, probably at this point. So it's not a big deal. On that Trixie, of course. Now we have the Nakrov capitalizing on that gank instantly though, and just ends up invading the red buff. And blue team did not end up getting the full tower. So I feel like this is not even that bad for the red team, because Murad lost his red buff. They lost farm on their jungler, on their late game carry jungler, and they got a kill on the Hanzo, I believe, on Crixie. And did not end up getting the tower though, so it ends up not being too worth, to be honest. They got half the tower, but it's a top tower, so I feel like this is actually good for Mad team, especially because that way they could all position around the dragon, have the positional advantage, and now just get it for free basically, because yeah. The Omen is trying to get the enemy red buff though, or is he just trapping him? You can see it on the minimap. They are not showing it here though. Okay, he just ends up ulting him and runs away because he's alone. If his Murad would have followed that up, maybe they could have killed. The Murad ends up not getting the red buff either. However, they end up denying it from Nakrov at least. Omen, Kilgraf gets it, but it is still Mad team getting it, so it's not a big deal. Also, the funny thing is, Omen versus Kilgraf is really funny, because if you guys didn't know, in King of Glory, Omen used to have Kilgraf's kit, but then it got reworked to Omen. So it's basically the same hero in King of Glory, so it's really funny. Kilgraf doesn't exist there anymore. So that's, yeah, kind of funny. Anyway, so you can see we haven't seen the Superman matchup against Varus in a long time. They haven't showed it, but judging from the health bars, they're both just farming. They're both just poking each other a little bit, but both of them end up going pretty tanky, so it doesn't end up mattering too much. They can't really kill each other too well unless someone majorly messes up. So, but you can see they are trying to dive Liang here. They just end up getting the tower. Mad is for sure playing that macro a little bit better so far. They got the first tower, they got the first dragon, they got the first sentinel, so definitely have an edge there. The gold is completely even though, because TXO got the first kill, the first blood of course. And you can see here, still Omen is winning right now, but you can see it's getting skewed to the kill graph very slowly, and if his team follows up, of course the Omen is just gonna drop. And I assume the Nakrov is just trying to push out mid and then pressure the dragon. I would assume he instantly invades the little minion. Very well played by him. Before going to his red, before going to his blue, he just invades the small minion and then he ends up going to his blue. Of course, that's exactly how you have to play Nakrov. He has so much mobility. You have to try to steal every little farm that you can from the enemies. Now, TXO just ends up going for the dragon and Mad seems to just give it up because they do not have their mid laner there. I think he got poked out. TXO realized that Star has to go back on that Tulen and they just end up yoinking the dragon right under their noses. Nakrov doesn't seem to care too much. As you can see, the gold dragon gives you a little bit of gold, but it doesn't end up doing too much in the grand scheme of things. Nakrov just cleared his jungle while that was going on, and the gold is pretty much still even. They get the Timmy kill. He does not end up reviving. He didn't use his ult. That's a huge mistake by Timmy. I was very confused there because the Timmy ended up dying without using his ult. Huge mistake there. And now it was just pretty much a 3-for-2 trade. This could have been very bad. Okay, Sirenia ends up getting the kill as well. See, it was a 3-for-3 trade with Timmy not using his ult. This could have been way worse if he used his ult, if he ended up reviving and getting off another stun maybe. Sirena is not able to close out the kill. As I said, Superman can weave around and dodge the skills of Varus very easily if he plays it well. So it is a very even matchup, I would say. Anyway, so if Timmy revived there, he would have been able to get off another stun. He might have revived the Murad as well, and yeah. A little bit of a mistake there. It still ended up being a 3-for-3, 4-4, very close game. Gold is pretty much dead even, like 300, 700, 600 gold ahead for Mad team, but that is not a big deal at all. I want to see Tulen's build right now. He didn't do that much this game so far, but it is a very nerfed hero, and of course this is global pick ban, so as soon as you pick a hero, you cannot pick it for the rest of the series. They already played 4 games, so they picked a lot of the really strong heroes already. So that's why you see the stuff like Tulen come out, you see stuff like Omen. Omen is pretty decent, but it's not like the first choice. You would rather pick a Florentino, you would rather pick a Richter probably, stuff like that, you know. And especially the Crixie, there's a lot of other stuff that you would pick over her as well right now. So that's why these last games are mostly more exciting, because you see these crazy picks coming out. Like a Nakrov as well. They don't really play Nakrov that often anymore either. But of course, if it goes to the 5th game, it's very often that these picks come out. And you can see the Tulen doesn't really do a lot of damage. Of course, the enemy wasn't too low there, the Timmy. Tulen ends up jumping over the wall. Sirenia just runs in, doesn't care, is not afraid of anything. He will get his ult soon again. It's a very low cooldown ult, there it is. So maybe he will try to re-engage. Yep, he tries to. If he can hit the S2, beautiful gameplay there by Sirenia, but it only ends up hitting the Arum. Of course, Arum's super tanky. He can't really do much there. He's gonna get his ult back soon again. Yuzon has to be very careful here. Ends up getting the tower. Yup, but he will for sure die for it. Now, is this worth? I would say it's pretty worth, because while that is going on, Mad is clearing the mid wave, so TXO cannot really get anything out of this death. Mad got the tower, that is more gold than a kill and more XP. and the mid lane got cleared, so TXO cannot take anything for it. Nakrov zoomed top, got the top wave as well, so now TXO has to defend, has to put the Omen top to defend that wave as well, so they really didn't gain a lot out of that. So that was a very well played Superman suicide for the tower, very worth. Now you can see they do end up getting the positional advantage on the dragon, which is fine. It's not a big deal, as I said. Gold is still pretty much dead even. But Star ends up getting caught here by the Omen ult. Omen ended up using Flicker ult there. I mean ult Flicker, so that is not going to be available for 2 minutes now. Unless he's running the enchantment that reduces summoner cooldowns, which he might be because he has 2 blue enchantments. One is Death Sickle for sure. The other one might be the cooldown reduction. I think they're on 2 different ones. Yes, they are. So that might be what he's running. Anyway. So you can see Superman is trying to do the same thing. If you look at the minimap, bot lane tower again. Superman is just pushing again. He will almost get this tower and he can just jump away here. The Crixie is coming, but he just S2s away soon and he's gone. And he even goes back in, pushes the minion again, and then he runs away. But while that is going on, TXO actually tries to get the Slayer. Beautiful steal by Nakrov. Now this is weird to me. I don't know why, like, they have 2 people committed to the Superman and they just randomly start the Slayer. I mean, they know that Nakrov is at his blue buff probably, but it's still potential 4 versus 3 at the Slayer. They don't have enough damage to clear it fast. Crixie is not that good at clearing Slayer. They had a Teamy there, and they had Omen and the a Murad. It is okay, but it's not like you have a Thanos or a Kilgraf that just kills it super fast. So they end up just throwing the game off of that, lose the Slayer because Nakrov just out-punishes the Murad, probably knocked him up and jumped in, and then you can see Yuzon just going crazy with the ult, cleaning up the Crixie, and now, yeah, I think this might be the game. 10-second respawns for the jungler and support and the side laner, but it seems like Sirenia will die as well, and yeah, that should be the game. They will respawn, however they can't reach in time. They will just kill the Nexus, and yeah, you can see the happy faces. Beautifully played by Mad. A little bit of an unfortunate mistake at the end by TXO. They thought they have enough damage, they thought they can do it, but they ended up not being fast enough, and of course they are devastated. Feels bad, man. I just want to skip. I want to see the damage numbers, mate. Do not show the sad faces. Anyway, there we go. You can see the damage. You can see not too impressive stats. 216, 0 magic pierce Tulin. Wouldn't recommend that, but hey. Kilgraf with the Aegis, actually, he just wants to stack that cooldown reduction, I guess. Really interesting. To be fair, it is a very good item against the Omen in lane. So I guess he just built a small Knight's Plate. It's really good against Omen. And then he was like, okay, I'll just finish into the Aegis just for the cooldown reduction. Again, it's a very specific item. It's also good against Murad, so you can stop him from getting, you can slow his attack speed, you can stop him from getting those stacks for his ult. It's pretty good against Varus, you stop her from getting those stacks for her passive. And yeah, again, not really an item you would build every game, and of course the Omen standard had to go for the Curse of Death against Kilgraf, otherwise you really cannot kill him at all. You can see Star actually did a very good job, 36% damage. It didn't really seem like he did a lot, but I guess I wasn't paying attention too much. Anyway, so very well played by Mad. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any other series from any other leagues, like the Vietnam League, the Indonesian League, the Thailand League, or any other leagues that exist that I don't know of, just let me know in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, boys. Bye bye.